to visit my Kaya.
That's God Almighty will. You already know the deal. Let's get into it on three, two, one. Go ahead. Focus on your food, baby. Focus on eating. Mm. You want to make sure that the food gets down your throat appropriately and don't get like sucked in and you cough in and something like that, right?
And also so doesn't open on the carpet.
That part too. So just keep focusing on chewing and getting your food down appropriately and healthily. By making money your sole aim, you simply made a wrong choice. You thought that was all you wanted, but you found after all your efforts that it was not only the money you needed, you also desired true expression of your hidden talents, true place in life, beauty, and the joy of contributing to the welfare and success of others. By learning the laws of your subconscious mind, you could have had you could have $1 million or many millions if you wanted them and still have a peace of mind, harmony, perfect health, and perfect expression. Poverty is a mental disease. We're definitely going to title the chapter that, the reading that. Like, what if we studied poverty in that way? There is no virtue in poverty. It is a disease like any other mental disease. If you were physically ill, you would think there was something wrong with you, right? Something out of balance. You would seek help and do something about the condition at once. Likewise, if you do not have money constantly circulating in your life, there is something radically wrong with you. Now, I don't speak in those frames. I literally made uh, what do you call these? A post today? I made content. I made content. I transferred my thoughts and my belief around language and how I speak into like visually appealing designs to share on social media. Right? It's not just posts. And one of them was about that word, like that concept, wrong. It's like how people ask, what's wrong with you? Like you're crying or you're upset about something or you're feeling down or whatever the case is. And instead of asking what's going on with you, they ask what's wrong with you, as if your display of an emotion that's outside of happiness equates to something is wrong, right? Which subtly implies on a subconscious level and on another layer that emotions equates to wrongness, which it doesn't for those in the back. All right. So the urge of the life principle in you is toward growth, expansion, and the life more abundant. You are not here to live in a hovel, dress in rags, and go hungry. Mm. You should be happy, prosperous, and successful. And it don't says it here and fed. And fed. And fed, okay? This world hunger thing must go on about itself because fed, okay? Fed is best. Breast milk is the best milk, and then right after that, fed is best, right? If breast milk not available, having food is the best, right? All right. Next segment: why you must never criticize money. Cleanse your mind of all weird. I don't even, because weird, I have a positive connotation. Weird means creator of your own reality. One of the meanings of weird. And so, but this one's a negative connotation, and it applies. Like, that's real weird to me, yo. Like, whatever programming you got installed in you that puts money down or put people with money down, you really got to address that. Like, I still, when I see it pop up, I'm like, oh, that's still a thing. People still like running away from money in that way. And again, we all have our own things. So, no judgment. I got my own things like working out in this on this planet with receiving. But yeah, like make it make sense. Cleanse your mind of all weird and superstitious beliefs about money. Do not ever regard money as evil or filthy. If you do, you cause it to take wings and fly away from you. Period. Remember where I've been pulling recently. I eyebrows, eyelashes, everything, y'all. Everything pull. It must be a manifestation of the inner stress mina balance out. Just wanna move. I just wanna come on here and it's like I need help. Like no chairs. And sitting on the floor, sitting on the air mattress. I am gonna put my housing registry together, so you are feel free to go ahead and donate, and feel free to share and buy us stuff and get our new house, our new house, Papiando support with that. All right, remember that you lose what you condemn, and you cannot attract what you criticize. Right? So criticize poverty. Like say it's weird to me that you want to choose to have no money. It's weird to me that that's where you want to stay at. It's weird to me that you feel like that's where the party at. Right? Definitely was weird to myself. I said, listen, sweetie, we not doing this. This not gonna make it. I'm like, this is not gonna make it, baby. I gotta be eating. I gotta be outside. I gotta be, and we already eat amazingly organic, the whole shebang. Over a decade now, like for myself and God since he was born, since he's been in my womb, because he's been eating since he's been in my womb, right? I'm ready to eat more. Like I'm ready to come back and you see my face all fucked up and you're like, girl, what's going on? And I want the bones going. Like, what are you doing? Eating? You pregnant? Eating? No, just been eating. I saw a sis the other day, so swelled up. I'm like, sis, what are you eating? She's just like food. I'm like, but what food though? Like, show me the way. Okay, because I love round. I don't care. I'm a supermodel bottle. Cool, cool. I want food and weight. Okay, like I want thighs and behind and papines. Okay, I mean I'm cool. I love myself regardless. Okay, it took some time to get here. Um, but yeah, like I like weight, baby. Right, getting the right attitude toward money. Here's a simple technique you may use to multiply money in your experience. Use the following statements several times a day. I like money. I love it. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release it with joy, and it returns to me multiplied in a wonderful way. Yeah, it is good, very good. It is great, very great. I use a good term. My style would use great. I'm gonna put a sticker on this because we're gonna add this to the stuff to be saying. Okay?
That's a sticker.
Yeah, not sticker, but what they call these?
Booklets.
They call them.
Book tags.
Yeah, why not book tags?
I like book tags.
Me
I think
too.
it's book tags.
I like that too.
Okay, I think it's book tags.
It's book tags. Period. Got
Where
it.
you tag a book with them.
Exactly. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. I use it for good only, great only, and I am grateful for my great and for the riches of my mind.
Ah,
I love that. I love that. We're starting a new affirmation book today, anyways. So I'm not gonna put it in the trading book. I'm gonna definitely put it in this book. I'm gonna take that opportunity. Oh. Yeah, yeah, no, then I started writing down everything I want for the next 30 years. I'm on page 4. I stopped around 3 a.m. yesterday. I was in a diet. I was doing that for the full to align with the full moon energy. So we got the 1, 2, 3. We're on page 4, and we're keeping it going for the whole full moon energy that we got. We're keeping it going. Okay, what happened?
I'd like to stop this sound.
Would I like you to stop that sound?
Yeah.
No, do your thing. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, just say now. Say, God, stop that sound.
All right. How the scientific thinker looks at money. Suppose, for example, you found gold, silver, lead, copper, or iron in the ground. Would you pronounce these things evil? All evil comes from man's or humans' darkened understanding, from their ignorance, from their false interpretation of life, and from their misuse of their subconscious mind. Uranium, lead, or some other metal could have been used as a medium of exchange. We use paper bills, checks, nickel, and silver. Surely these are not evil. Physicists and chemists know today that the only difference between one metal and another is the number and rate of motion of electrons revolving around a central nucleus. They can now change one metal into another through a bombardment of the atoms in the powerful cyclotron. Gold, under certain conditions, becomes mercury. I believe that our modern scientists in the near future will be able to make gold, silver, and other metals synthetically in the chemical laboratory. The cost may be prohibitive now, but it can be done. I cannot imagine any intelligent person seeing anything evil in electrons, neutrons, protons, and isotopes. The piece of paper in your pocket is composed of atoms and molecules with their electrons and protons arranged differently. Their number and rate of motion are different. That is the only way the paper differs from the silver in your pocket. The only reason that this differs from the dollar that I just had in my pocket is because the protons, electrons, the atoms, molecules that this is made up of are in a different combination than the paper. That's it. So how could you frame something as against source? As evil. Like what is evil about atoms? Molecules combined together to make a certain compound. Just make it make sense. That's all you got to do. Okay. How to attract the money you need. Many years ago, I met a young boy in Australia who wanted to become a physician and surgeon, but he had no shmoney. I explained to him how a seed deposited in the soil attracts to itself everything necessary for its unfolding, and that all he had to do was to take a lesson from the seed and deposit the required idea in his subconscious mind. For expenses, this young, brilliant boy used to clean out doctors' offices, wash windows, and do odd repair jobs. He told me that every night as he went to sleep, he used to picture in his mind's eye a medical diploma on a wall with his name on it in big, bold letters. He used to clean and shine the framed diplomas in the medical building where he worked. It was not hard for him to engrave the image of a diploma in his mind and develop it there. Definite results followed as he persisted with his mental picture every night for about 4 months. The sequel of this story was very interesting. One of the doctors took a great liking to this young boy, and after training him in the art of sterilizing instruments, giving hypodermic injections, and other miscellaneous first aid work, he employed him as a technical assistant in his office. Okay, you hear this? So before even we go on, like, you see how he had a desire for something and he worked in that field. He didn't say, well, I got a desire to be a doctor, but I'm going to go work at McDonald's in the food industry. He chose a path that aligned as closest to what he wanted. And that led him to this opportunity. The doctor later sent him to medical school at his own expense. Today, this young man is a prominent medical doctor in Montreal, Canada. He discovered the law of attraction by using his subconscious mind the right way. Oh, I thought he was like one of the people who they say discovered it. I was like, oh, what's this? It's a doctor. No, I was going to pull the Dr. Bruce Lipton or Dr. Joe Dispenza. I thought it was something like that. He discovered the law of attraction by using his subconscious mind the right way. He operated an age old law which says, having seen the end, you have willed the means to the realization of the end. The end, in this case, was to become a medical doctor. I listened to a video today on IG that was like, God, he said the male God, God got you. And, if God shows you the end, the vision, your goal, then gratitude. But God is not going to show you, but how you get there is with a plan. But God's not going to show you the plan, but like fully, because that process, you just got to trust in God. Because if you saw the process, you say, forget it. I don't even want to do this. I don't even want the goal no more. I don't even want to get to the end because who want to do all of that? Type flow. So every energy is different. That may not be you. Like you may say, nah, source, like show me the how. That's what he's like. You need the source is not gonna show you the how. Show me the how. And I really learned to trust the process, not trust the process. Excuse me. I'm still working on that to enjoy the process as much as possible. And I have embodied knowing that everything happens for a reason and as it should, and that it's a part of my journey and accept it as such. Like somebody could say, oh, like, or want me to feel ashamed for being in the shelter. And it's like, no, I did not financially set up myself. So it was either go to work and put my child to be cared for someone else or go into a shelter and care for my child or go under a man's thumb and be able to care for my child, which wasn't harmonious to my being, because how am I going to care for my child if I'm not feeling all right? How am I going to care for my child in the best of my ability when I'm not feeling all right? And yeah, the shelter has its own pressures, but it's my own space. And being in my own space meant the world to me. I'm not taking care of two children. I got myself, well, three, because I got my own inner child to take care of, my baby. And then a man, no, because our male body being, right? Because if it was a man, I wouldn't be taking care of them. And even the men, a lot of times they have their own like financial constraints or conditions or something. It's not like they just want to Some of them do, but many of them don't just want to help you just to support you, just cuz there's some type of condition or something to it. So I wasn't doing that to myself. I'd rather be under the condition of the government. Yeah, and sign the contract with the shelter system of like, here, this is the process to get out, and this is how we support you after you get out. And then I got it. I moved out of my home at 17, so I got this. I only just got in the shelter system a couple years ago, 2023. So, and I started at a private shelter, and it was lovely. Shout out to Chips. Anybody in Brooklyn that knows a mama with one child that's under 2 years young, like Chips, yo, Chips. And HRU will pay for it too. Um, but yeah. And shout out to Avail and Mama Jen for putting me on. So yeah, like I chose my journey and I chose to care for my child and his subconscious mind and his physical body. Like I got molested as a child, so I'm not putting my child in any circumstance to take that risk. I just wasn't physically, and then also the mind, 0 through 7. I'm not giving anybody the power to put whatever seeds they want into my child's mind. It's just not happening. So yeah, it's like I will take a route. You call bite the bullet, whatever the case is. I'm going to choose a route that serves my ultimate goal. And there was plenty of times that I could have done more, that I could have shifted more, that I could have got us financially free, like all these things. And I didn't for whatever reason, whether it's my nervous system capacity, whether I didn't release this trauma, whatever, in my fascia, my tissues, whether because I was mixed up with what a boy in my mind, like whatever the case was, right? But it's not going to be, it's me still loving myself and accepting myself throughout the process. No one's going to shame me. Nobody's going to make me feel off about what I chose to do. I willingly chose this life. Nobody forced me into anything. So, that's how it is, taking accountability for your life and really seeing like, okay, like I could have did this but I went this. I could have went left, but I went right. I could have went, diagonal, but I went straight. I went whatever the case is. And it's like, now you're here. Now what? What are you gonna do about that? Because it's only you gonna get you to your next part where you want to be. You and source within you. This is called like lock in. Because when you lock in to source, like I've been locked into source since August 23rd, 2025. You cannot tell me nothing. You cannot tell me nothing. I could have jumped back into holding space and hosting calls again and helping other people, but I said no, I'm done. I need to help myself. I need to lead myself. I need to be sovereign. I need to do the work. I need to embody this. I need to apply everything I've been talking about for a decade and sharing for a decade. I need to apply it consistently because no, this not it. This not it. Like, and then now it's it and it's lit. And this is 9 months later. And what you think the next nine gonna look like, sweetie? Okay. When you locked in, it's telling you, baby, lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in, son. Like, get a habit tracker. I've been telling you about these habit trackers. Get you a habit tracker, sweetie. Love them. I did my June. I set up what I want to do for June, my dailies, my weekly, my monthlies. Sometimes I write quotes to myself. Just choose wisely. And every day is a new every moment that you got multiple choices. All right. All right. So this young man was able to imagine, see, and feel the reality of being a doctor. He lived with that idea, sustained it, nourished it, and loved it until through his imagination, the higher faculty. Remember, your brain does not know the difference between you actually being there or actually having the thing or actually feeling like you have it versus you actually having it.
I'm, well, I'm not really able to jump rope this.
Yeah, because it's not a jump rope. Yeah,
It's just,
yeah, I was just about to say that's too short to act as a chaperone.
well, I will still keep doing it until I get it.
Okay. Well, not close to me because remember that's like a wire as well. So if you whip it, it may sting me.
Oh,
Just go over there in your it's with space. So yeah, if you imagine being at the beach, your brain literally believes you're at the beach. Athletes do this often, musicians do this often, like and they literally have studies that show like shorties will be playing the piano in their head and their brain will light up at the different parts as if they're playing with their piano with their mind, with their fingers, with their physical body. All starts in the spirit world, right? So remember that spirit come first, energy come first, and then what's formed out of the atoms and the molecules comes later, right? But like it's everything. What is it? Your body's made of tissues and organs. Your tissues and organs are made up of um what is this? Says like atoms. The atoms are made of subatomic particles. Subatomic particles made up of molecules. Molecules made up of energy. Like something like that. I put on my page. I don't fully remember it. But yeah, got it from the happy pocket full of money. That's the energy. It's all energy. So like tap in and decide what you want and focus on that, and stuff will start to form from that. Why some men do not get a raise in pay. If you are working in a large organization and you are silently thinking of and resenting the fact that you are underpaid, oh, wait, and loved it until his imagination, it penetrated the layers of his subconscious mind and became a conviction, thereby attracting to him everything necessary for the fulfillment of his dream. Like for me, being a multimillionaire, being a billionaire, etc., like there's no other way that it's gonna go because that's what I chose. That's what I believe. That's what I have conviction in. Like that's what I'm solid in. And like it's not like I see other millionaires and billionaires and be like, oh man, like I wish I could like do that, but it's not possible for me. Like, like I'm doing an ad thing. I'm like, stop. Like if you cannot really look at somebody and forget that that's your reflection, that that's your mirror, that that's another version of source, just like you're another version of source, and we're all one mind, one consciousness. Like you can't forget that if they can do it, you can do it too. Whatever you saying is the reason that you cannot, you gotta. That's what you gotta shift. That's what you come on over in the Telegram and other services that I support you with because that's what you have to shift right there. Those beliefs. They silly, sweetie. They silly. All right. Mhm. Okay, why some men do not get a raise in pay. If you are working in a large organization and you are silently thinking of and resenting the fact that you are underpaid, jokes on you, that you are not appreciated and that you deserve more money and greater recognition, you are subconsciously severing your ties with that organization. You are setting a law in motion, and the superintendent or manager will say to you, we have to let you go. Actually, you dismissed yourself. The manager was simply the instrument through which your own negative mental state was confirmed. It was an example of the law of action and reaction. The action was your thought, and the reaction was the response of your subconscious mind. I'm gonna let that. I'm gonna let that. Mhm.
of your subconscious
Your
mind.
subconscious mind.
Fun, but when you do.
Yeah, so yesterday, or was it today?
Yeah.
No, yesterday, yeah. The ad, but also like when you were tuning into something on the big screen, and you were like, "Oh no, I don't want that in my subconscious mind." And I love that God decides, like, "Oh no, like that's not something I want in my subconscious mind." Mind. He's aware that certain things that go into your subconscious will come into your dreams. If you don't want that in your dreams, if you don't want that creeping up later, then don't put that in there. you got the control, you know? So shout out to my baby. I love you. I'm so proud of you, baby, for taking care of yourself.
I love
You're
that
my
you
fault.
take care of me too.
I love taking care of you.
I wish that you take care of me a lot
Mhm.
because I love you. Mm.
Mm. All right, last segment here. It's a small piece. We'll finish the rest tomorrow. Obstacles and impediments on the pathway to riches. I am sure you have heard people say, that fellow has a rocket. That is too funny because I've never heard somebody say that in this lifetime, but he sure I've heard it. He is a racketeer. He is getting money dishonestly. Oh, that's what that means. Okay. He is a faker. Scammer. And hey, spend that. Spend that. Spend that. Spend that.
Uncle,
Spend that.
oh,
What?
they sing that?
And then spend that. Spend that. Spend that. Spend it. Oh, spend that, right? Hey, spend it. Spend that. Spend it. Whoa. I haven't listened to the song. I've only heard. Hey, spend that. Okay. Hey, spin those affirmations. Spin those beliefs. Hey, spin that mind. Hey. Mm, love it. Okay. I knew him when he had nothing. He is a crook, a thief, and a swindler. I know swindle. All right, we will get to the rest of this tomorrow. That was so fun. Wasn't that so fun?
Yeah, like wasn't
If it was fun, drop fun in the comments.
Drop fun in the comment.
Drop that fun. Drop that fun. Drop
If
that
you
fun.
said,
The comments.
if you said that was fun, then drop FUN in the comment box.
Hey.
That was a fun song.
I love it, baby. You ready for breathe? I mean, yeah, you don't see a breath on the way out. Would you like to lead it? Oh.
I'm value pass.
Weird people thinking like, no, I'm not gonna because we love the word weird, but superstitious people not
3, 2, 1.
tuning in.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. He go on 3, 2, 1.
Peace, peace, peace.
See you later.